everyone, Lisa here with Mini Me in Tennessee, and welcome back to my channel. Have you ever heard anybody say that weight loss surgery is the easy way out? Let's talk about that, shall we? I mean, come on, think about it. If weight loss surgery were the easy way out, would our doctors and our surgeon and our bariatric team and our insurance company put us through all of the months of the physical and the mental preparation before even considering us as a participant in the weight loss surgery program? If you're sort of new to my channel and you are considering weight loss surgery, or if you're someone who's just here because you're curious, there is a pre-op process that most of us go through. Now, if you are using insurance, this is pretty common. If you are self-pay, you may not have to go through all of this. But if you're someone who is going to be using insurance to help cover the cost of your surgery, then chances are you are going to go through something very, very similar of what I'm getting ready to tell you. So the pre-op process for me, like I said, it seemed to be fairly familiar and fairly average in the bariatric world, but you have to first go on a 6-month medically supervised diet. That's pretty typical. Some people do a 3 month, some people it's 4 months, some people it's 8 months. It just depends on your insurance company requirements. This could be done through your bariatric team or through your regular family doctor. For me, it was my family doctor because my insurance would not allow my bariatric team to supervise my diet. It had to be my own personal physician. So what that entailed was I spoke to my doctor, we discussed a diet plan, and then once a month I had to go in and get a weigh-in, and he had a form that he had to complete that I got from my surgeon's office, because this was all information that had to be sent over to the insurance company once I finished the pre-op program, so to say. A lot of other things that you have to prove to the insurance company is typically that you have comorbidities. It depends on your BMI. You have to prove what your BMI is by all the weigh-ins and measuring your height. And if there's comorbidities in the works, then you're going to have medical documentation to support that. And my particular insurance program required me to support my obesity. I had to go back over I think it was a 5-year period, and show that I had been obese for at least 5 years, and that I had made certain attempts to lose the weight in the past on my own, and that I failed at that. So I had to prove all of that. So if you're someone who has not been going to your doctor on an annual basis for exams and annual checkups and those things, just know that that could be a hiccup in your plan, because a lot of insurance companies do require history of obesity and your comorbidities. If you're not familiar with a comorbidity, it's basically things that are going on with your health that are caused by, or can be caused by, your obesity, such as diabetes, sleep apnea, and there are so many other things, but those seem to be the most common, I think. Another thing that may be required of you is vaccinations. My surgeon required that I have a flu shot and a pneumonia shot before he would consider me for weight loss surgery. If you are a smoker, don't expect to get approved to be a participant in the program. You will probably have to show that you have been quit from smoking for, for my particular bariatric group, it was a 6-month period. I'm not positive, but I think that was it. So you can't be smoking during your pre-op process or thereafter. So if you are considering weight loss surgery and you're a smoker, you need to go ahead and go see your doctor now and have him be working with you on a smoking cessation plan. There is going to be blood work involved. There are going to be other types of medical tests involved. You may have to have a sleep apnea test. You may have to have an EKG or some sort of a heart test. A lot of people have to go through all sorts of tests and pokes and prods to get ready for the surgery. There's nothing easy about that. I think a lot of times the insurance company does this so that they can see how persistent you actually are and how much this surgery actually means to you. Because I think they realize the more it means to you and the more persistent you are, the more likely you are to have success after the surgery is over. in your weight loss and your wellness. All right, you've completed your 6-month pre-op process. Now it's time to submit all of the paperwork to the insurance company. Your bariatric team will do that for you. They'll tell you everything that you need, and then you hurry up and you wait, and you wait. And it's anxious, and it's stressful, and it's awful because you want it so bad, and you have to wait to find out if you're approved. It's an awful, awful period. Some people have to wait longer than others. Some people get denied the first time. That happened to me. And I think that's fairly common. It could just be something as simple as a paperwork mix-up. That's what happened to me. I freaked out about it, but turns out it was just a missing document that didn't come through on the fax machine. And it got resolved pretty quickly. It could be they want more documentation to support your obesity, or it could be they want more documentation to support a comorbidity, or they want another test because there's some sort of medical thing in your history that, you know, may rule you out as a candidate for weight loss surgery. It could be anything, but don't give up. If you're denied once, don't give up. Try again. Keep trying. I've heard of people trying 4 and 5 times before they get approved. So is there anything easy about that part of it? Absolutely not. It's hard. It's hard on you. It's stressful. Okay, guys, now you're approved for weight loss surgery. Now you're going to get a surgery date. It's finally here. You finally know what day you're going to get onto the loser's bench. And then it all hits you. Everything you've gone through for the last 6 months has been worth it. You finally have a surgery date. And then you freak out. You freak out because you know it's here. And you freak out because surgery is scary. You freak out because you know there are risks involved. And you might be questioning yourself at this point. Do I really want to do this? What am I signing myself up for? Well, you don't know until you get there, right? So there's lots of questions going through your head. That part is not easy either. It's a stressful time because there may be 6 weeks between the time that you got your surgery date and the day of surgery. So you've got 6 weeks to be freaking out and become anxious over the surgery, and rightfully so. So just be sure you've done all of your research and you know for sure that you are ready for the surgery. Some of us have to hit a certain breaking point in our lives to know that we're ready. So just be sure that you're ready. Be sure that you have support from family, friends, someone that you can rely on to help talk you off the ledge, so to say, even if that's on Instagram with the weight loss surgery community. Maybe there's a Facebook group that you can join, or here on YouTube. But make sure that you have some support during that time because it's going to be rough. I know for me personally, the day that I had surgery, my surgery was scheduled for a certain time. And then once I got there and we were prepping me for surgery, they came in and said they were going to take me an hour early because someone in front of me had chickened out. So yes, it can happen all the way up to that moment. It's a scary thing. It's not easy. Okay, guys, the day of surgery has come. You've had your surgery. You're waking up out of anesthesia. You find out everything went amazing. Now the hard part really begins. You thought the last 6 months was hard, or the last 6 weeks was hard. The next level of hard is just beginning. Now it's up to you. It's not up to your insurance company. It's not up to your surgeon. It's up to you now. The first few weeks after surgery is so hard. It's hard to imagine now, if you haven't had surgery, just how really, really hard it's going to be to drink water. How really, really hard it's going to be to drink a protein shake. It is so hard to explain to you what that feels like. It's something that you have to experience for yourself to even fathom, but it's hard. And if you're not careful and you don't do what you need to do and you don't follow your doctor's and your surgeon's advice and recommendations and rules and regulations for you, you can end up back in the ER. The most common thing that we end up in the ER for after surgery is dehydration within the first, I think it's most common in the first couple of weeks. I know it's really, really hard to get those fluids in, but you must try as hard as possible. That happened to me. I ended up in the ER for dehydration. It wasn't fun. I was there for 3 hours and I had to get like 3 bags of fluid put into me. So that wasn't easy. It was hard. It's gonna be hard in the beginning to figure out your food. You think you've got it all figured out until you're there. It's gonna be hard. You know, you've bought all this stuff and now you can't even eat it. You think you prepared yourself? Well, you've probably over-prepared yourself. I know I did. So now, you've had your surgery. You've gotten through the first few weeks, that next hardness level, and you're battling the scale because the weight is just melting off of you so fast, and it's so amazing, and you feel so good about it. Unless you have a stall, that's hard too. But you can't stay off the scale. So now you have a mental issue with staying off the scale when you know you shouldn't, because if you start weighing every day, you know you're going to hit a plateau, or you know you're going to hit a stall, and it's going to mess with your mind. And it does. When you hit that first stall, it messes with your mind. You think, oh my gosh, what have I done wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything they told me. You're not doing anything wrong, guys. You're not doing anything wrong. Stalls happen. Prepare yourself for it. It's just a natural part of the process. It's your body's way of catching up. It's gonna happen. It's nothing you're doing wrong. Okay, go ahead and let yourself off the hook for that one. All right, guys, so now you've gone through your first year and a half after your weight loss surgery, and you've lost as much weight as you possibly can. You've gotten to your goal weight, or you've hit your maintenance. Some of us hit goal, some of us don't. It all depends on where you started. The more you have to lose, it may take you a little bit longer to get to your goal weight or get to your maintenance weight. So once you get to your goal weight, you get to your maintenance weight. Guys, this is when it becomes really hard. This, to me, is the hardest part. I am now at maintenance. I am about 3.5 years post-op from weight loss surgery, from gastric bypass. This is the hardest part, is maintaining my weight. One of the things that I most feared about having the surgery was gaining my weight back once it was off. There's going to come a point when your body is going to stop losing weight with the surgery, with the tool. The surgeon gave you a tool, you used it to the best of the ability. Now you're back to normal. You're back to your new normal. Things that have kind of gotten back to normal with your body. And once you come out of that weight loss phase and you move into maintenance phase, there is a chance that you're going to gain some weight. And the reason why is because you're having to bring those calories and carbs and things up so that you are leveling off your weight loss. And you may have some rebound weight, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. My nutritionist talked to me about it, and I was expecting that. And I had gotten to such a low weight that I wasn't really concerned about that, because I felt like I was actually a little bit smaller than I wanted to be. So I was fine with a 10-pound rebound. But guys, now that I'm 3.5 years post-op, it's not just the rebound, it's regain. Yes, I have regained a lot more than I am comfortable with. Now you have settled back into your life, and weight loss surgery isn't the only thing on your mind at this point. The normal things, your normal routine, it's about the kids, it's about the grandkids, it's about the pets, it's about our house, it's about the bills, it's about getting to work on time, it's about keeping our car maintained. It's back to normal. It's back to your normal life. And a lot of times after we get out of that weight loss phase of mind and get back into our new normal, sometimes old habits creep back in. And I think that happens to a lot of us. So that's why I say this is the hardest part. It's not the easy way out. Please don't think that. And here again too, please don't let people tell you that. Most of the people that say that are people who have never gone through this process and have no idea how hard this is. It's not just hard to lose weight, guys. Everything is hard about weight loss surgery. Everything. The physical part of it, the wellness part of it, the weight loss part of it, the pre-op part. Everything about weight loss surgery to me has been hard. It's not been easy at all. Maybe the weight was coming off easily for me because of my tool, but that's not going to last forever. And during that phase of weight loss, that was not easy. Yes, the weight may have been coming off my body easy, but I had to help it get there. I had to help it along the way. I had to obey all the rules and regulations that were hard to obey. Just keep in mind that you are strong and you can do hard things. So if you are considering weight loss surgery, I urge you to continue looking into it and researching it, because at this point, even though it was so hard for me, I have no regrets, none whatsoever. All right, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about my opinion of people telling us that weight loss surgery is the easy way out. Do you agree with me or not? And if not, be sure to let me know if you've had weight loss surgery or not and why you feel that way. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed my video. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please be sure to do so before you head out. Be sure to say hi in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.